Did I ever tell you the time how I was driving home from Bernie's house after making Rivers Blue, and I hit a deer, and I didn't know what to do about it because I felt terrible, and I called Griffin. We were just dating, and she was like, "You hit a deer?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what to do." And she goes, "You need to go back and run it over and kill it." And I was like, "Fuck." And I was like, "Okay."
Holy shit.
And so I turn around, I come back, and it's in the middle of the road, like sitting there going, like that. And I have this big pickup truck. So I was like, the truck's probably gonna, but I was looking at it, and I was trying to figure out how to hit the deer to kill it in the most humane way without flipping my truck. And so I'm looking at it, and I size it up. I'm like pulling up to it and then backing up and getting it right. And then I back up to what I think is a good distance. And then I floor it.
I came in like a wrecking ball!
Oh my God.
It's like Jeepers Creepers style.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And as I hit the gas, the deer gets up and runs away. And I go, "Oh, thank God." And another deer runs in front of me, and I hit that deer.
I want to start a new sport called traffic touching. I'm gonna try and touch this 18-wheeler while we're driving. We're gonna do this every day now, if I can do it.
You got it.
I'm holding on to it. Going too fast. It's like the new planking.
Truck touching.
Yeah.
Traffic touching.
Traffic touching. Yeah, I'll get this one right here. Got it. I can't live without you. Why is that funny? Oh! I'm gonna pull this cord.
Don't pull the cord, you'll pull the cargo out.
I'm gonna release the cargo.
Oh. Man,
Let's
alive.
get drunk.
Yeah.
I don't think I killed anything.
Well, so far you haven't been able to close the deal. Yeah, that's what we hear.
Lightning, where are you? Come on! Act of nature! Ah! What a wasted opportunity!
There was another time I was driving down that same road. This is a terrible story too.
Go
I was
for
driving
it.
down that same road and it was icy, and a deer got in front of me, and it was in the daytime and it was running.
And he had a gun.
No, and he was running in front of me, and I hit the brakes.
You hit my friend!
Yeah, I hit the brakes, and it was ice. The road was iced over, so I was sliding, and I couldn't control the truck, and I was catching up on the deer, and I was like,
Fucking go, Impala!
just like swerving, trying not to go off the road and die. I would rather hit the deer than die, right? And the deer is like, I'm gaining on him fast, and I don't want to. And we start to cross a bridge, and the deer looks back at me and just jumps off the side of the bridge.
You made a deer commit suicide.
Stop! It jumped off the side of the bridge,
How long has this been going on?
It was a long way down.
Why do you hate Bambi?
You're like the deer whisperer that kills them.
Yeah.
What's going on? It's a fucking horse.
Can we get a horse?
I think we just did. Here, buddy.
Oh my God.
What the hell?
I thought you were still...
That was bizarre, dude. That's not something you see every day.
Another terrible hitting an animal story.
What the fuck?
Jeff!
I don't know if I should tell
Stop
this
it!
one.
Stop! Go
Do you
back in time
save
and say
these up
stop!
until you leave
This
the
one's
country?
bad. This one's pretty bad.
Oh, this one's bad, guys, not like the other ones.
When I was in high school, I was driving down the road and on just a regular street in a neighborhood, and a car in front of me, a kitten ran out.
No!
Jeff!
No!
A kitten ran out, and the car hit the kitten and kept going. And the cat was like flopping around because it had like a broken neck. And I started to cry. I swerved around it and I kept
As you
driving.
should.
And I started to cry, but I looked in the rearview mirror and I saw it flopping around. So I didn't know what to do.
Yes,
and
you
I thought,
I'm actually really impressed. You've had like all sorts of tricks up your sleeve.
I gotta. It's
You gotta
funny
go
'cause
back for it.
I never drew this parallel until tonight. So I thought I have to hit the cat to kill it, because it was obviously its neck was broken and it was flopping around and it would look terrible. So had a 1981 Buick Century. So I turned around
I need more beer.
and I ran the cat over because I wanted to put it out of its misery. I don't know that I've ever told this story before. And then I looked in the rearview mirror to make sure it was dead, and the cat wasn't there. So I stopped, and I got out of my car, and in the passenger driver's side wheel, or passenger front wheel well, the dead cat was lodged in there. And I couldn't touch it, so I thought I'll just keep driving until it falls out. And I drove for like a half an hour, and it was still there, and I couldn't touch it.
Geoff.
So I went to a car wash, and I got the power washer.
Geoff!
And I had to spray it out of my car.
And then what? Then there's just a dead cat on the floor of the car.
and-
What was it at that point? It was like a pile of
And
goo.
then I
in
went
the
home after that.
There's two guys without shirts running around in circles.
If that guy has glasses, that's him. That's him.
That's the guy. He's now running across the grass, trying to steal this truck, maybe? What the f?
What is going on? What did you do there? Did you see that?
Is that a gun?
Was that a gun?
I heard something cock.
Well, let's not get shot.
Yeah, let's get out of it. What
no,
the?
let's definitely hang out and see what's going on. Let's just not get shot.
So far we saw a dude drive his truck completely off the road through the grass, like up the side of the verge. He then ditched the truck.
Oh, somebody's running after him. I think he just stole that guy's truck and he's running after him.
He ditched the truck. He's now in that truck there, that black truck.
And there's a guy in a fucking, see that guy in the yellow
Guy in the
shirt?
high-vis jacket is now chasing this guy. Oh shit, don't go too near, we're gonna get killed. So this guy has had his truck stolen and he's hauling ass. Oh, we're gonna watch a guy die. Don't film it. He's now on the side of the truck. Dude, don't go any closer.
What
I don't want to see you get shot. So we got a shirtless dude on the run somewhere. That's lucky for that guy. Imagine seeing your truck get stolen and then catching up to it.
Luckily, I don't think the guy knew how to drive it because he was driving on like 2 miles.
He caught up to it on foot.
One time in high school,
What
How many
is
other
it? Because
animals
we're in
have you killed?
Australia or
Yeah.
what? Like, why do you hate animals? What happened?
it's not animals.
Jeff killed a kangaroo
Was it a
yesterday.
human?
This is a human story. One time in high school, I was driving with my friends at like 2 in the morning, and I fell asleep while I was driving because I was tired. And I heard a scream. I'd actually just taken my friends and dropped them off, and I was going home. And I nodded off, and I heard a scream, and I looked up.
You're gonna wake up this sleeping dude.
He's got somewhere to be. I'm gonna act as his alarm. In time to see a guy diving out of the way of my car into it like a 6-foot ditch. He had been crossing the road, and I guess I didn't see him, and I started to swerve over towards him, and I just saw the guy's like legs in the air as he dove into the ditch.
Holy shit.
And then I just kept going.
Let me ask you, Jeff. Did you go back for him?
I didn't hit that guy.
Okay.
He got out of the way.
He's off again, look. There he goes.
What in the world?
Who runs like that?
What is going on?
It's like someone running with a back brace.
I can't fathom that. Oh, you know what? You know what's funny? We went the wrong way, and we saw that. If we'd gone the right way, we never would have saw that guy.
No, I think that was that guy
if
was
he
like a
hadn't
deer.
screamed,
Yeah.
I might have gone in that ditch. He did me a favor.
I think he saw you
Might
and
have
killed
followed
himself.
him into the
yeah.
ditch, is what you
I think
mean.
if you didn't scream, you'd be a murderer, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Buy naked dude.
One time in high school, I was driving. I dropped a friend off after playing basketball, and I was driving through a neighborhood, and I was 16, and when you're 16, you're like a walking dick, right? You're just horny. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Exactly,
You're horny
yeah,
24
I
hours
do.
a day, like you can't control yourself. And I saw this girl walking across the street in short shorts. Anyway, she was very pretty. She seemed like a lovely girl. And I couldn't stop looking at her, and I was watching her walk slowly across the street, and then I heard a honk horn? Horn honk? Heard a horn? Honk? And I was like, and I heard it again, and I was like,
Just fucking shut up.
and I heard it a third time, and I went, oh, and I snapped back to reality, and I looked, and I was in the other lane, and there was a van coming at me, and it swerved and went into a ditch. In Alabama, we have huge ditches.
Apparently.
And
Jeff.
How are you a free man?
Holy shit.
And statute of limitation. It swerves into a ditch and goes like face first into the ditch, and it's like one wheel in the air spinning, and I stopped, and the door of the van opened. It opens up because the van's on its side.
Right, naturally.
Yeah.
Opens up, and some lady like starts to crawl out, and she looks like she's in like maybe her 40s, and she started shaking her fist at me, and I fucking floored it.
Away from cars.
Yeah, just stop driving. Just walk everywhere.